سجلوا براها يا دروستن كاغرنينه هالدور يا هاي هالدور والله وايو علمي قبل تيجي كهوريانو حكي مسكحدي ديساني وبالكير قدانو هيركنا لشيء تعلنتي هرومراني هالدور يا هاي هالدور والله وايو إنو يا لما هوران هوران لوغاي المهلا بسنا تريكو هاينيانو خويا دي حتى سيدي وهابياني هالدور يا هاي هالدور.
Hello everyone, thank you for having me. My name is Huda Ali Ibrahim and her name is Hoda Ahmed Awgedi. We are grade 10 at Haldoor High School. Today we are going to be speaking to you today about foodies. You are really going to enjoy the time we spend together. This morning we are going to share with you some of the most important ideas that have been there in science. We understand that among us we have abilities because not everyone will take a time to come and listen to the presentation. A few minutes ago, I was talking to one of my friends about food, and she told me that food are the most important substance we have used to survive. Then she posed a good question: where exactly does food come from and how? This gave us reason to conduct our research, and this is what we will be presenting today. So what is food?
Food is any substance that provides nutrition and support for an organism. Food also is any substance that when we eat we can get energy, and also we can grow. Without food we can't do anything. So what's types of food? Number one, types of food are energy-giving foods. Energy-giving foods are called carbohydrates. Energy-giving foods are foods that we give energy, and also we can get sources like rice, sorghum, maize, and wheat. Foods foundation in carbohydrates are like pasta, sorghum, maize, and chips. Number two, it's a bodybuilding food. It's also called proteins. Proteins are repair our own body tissues. Also, it can build our muscles growth. So we can get fish, chicken. Also, we can get plants in peanuts and beans. For the foods found in proteins are like chicken, egg, and milk, and fish. Protective foods. Protective foods are vitamins. It helps us to grow our immunity. Also, it helps us to increase our body tissues. So we can get source of vitamins are fruits and sun. Foods found in vitamins. We can get foods and vitamins are like vegetables. We can get vegetables vitamin A, which beneficial in treating eyes and skin infections. Vitamin B9 reduce risk of neural tube defects during pregnancy. Vitamin B12 provides relief from symptoms of anemia, kidney, and liver disorders. Vitamin C helps treat scurvy, cancer, and common cold, while vitamin D iodine helps us to protect AIDS and treating arthritis, tooth decay, diabetes, and rickets. Vitamin A improves blood circulation and slows down again the process. Vitamin K reduce risk of muscle pain and internal bleeding. Thank you.
Number 4, minerals and salts. Minerals are needed in small quantities. Source of minerals: liver, heart, cabbage, and salt. Food is found in minerals such as banana, apple, onion, and also carrot. The main source of food. There are two main sources of food: plants and animals. Formation of food. Plants make their own food by the process called photosynthesis. Animals, they hunt or gather. Animals also get food from plants. This is what we call the food chain. Sunlight, this sunlight, and then it directly come to the grass, and the grass eats grasshopper. Frog eats grasshopper. Snake eats the frog, and also hook eats the snake. The hook dies and it's degraded by eats by mushroom and also fungi. It's just the same, mushroom and fungi. Photosynthesis. As we know, photosynthesis is the process by which plants make their own food. Without these three things, there is no making food. Sunlight, carbon dioxide, and also water. Where does photosynthesis take place? Photosynthesis takes place in the leaves. The process of photosynthesis takes place as I explained the previous things. It's only remaining this part. This part is known as osmosis. And osmosis is the process by which is the process of water molecules from high concentration to lower concentration, and that's what we will be presenting today. Thank you for listening us. If you have a question, feel free to ask.
ugu horreyn waa maxay cunto waxba markaan cunaan ka helna nafaqo organismkana waxa nool dhanna ilaalisa qaybaha cuntada kala baxdo waxa ka koowa qayb la yiraahdo carbohydrates waa qaybtayna siisa energy-ga maalin walba ku shaqeyno amba tabarta maalin walba ku shaqeyno waxaana kamid ah sida galeyda arabakada bariiska sidoo kale number 2 waxa proteinska waa cuntooyin koriya jirkeena waxaanu ka heli karnaa waxaan maalin walba cuno sida beedka caana kalluunka iyo digaaga kuwa saddexaad waxa weeyaan vitaminska kuwaas oo u baahan jirkeena inaanu mar walba cunno waxaana kamid ah sida fruitska khudaarta iyo cadceedaanu fadhiisano galabtii laakiin se wayna ka taxadirnaata cadceedaad fadhiisan casarka hada sababta isku bees ka sare ka qaadi kartaa sidoo kale maxaa la yiraahdaa waxa ku xiga minerals and salt waxa weeyaan macdanooyinka iyo milixda iyo macdanooyinka waxaanu ka heli karnaa waxa looga baahan yahay in yar waxaanu ka heli karnaa kaabashka anagoo wadnaha cunna iyo wixii la xiriiraba animalisku waxay qaybaha ugu waaweyn ee laga helo cuntada waxa kamid ah plantska iyo animalisku cuntada way soo ugaarsadaan amba way geedaha iska soo qarabsadaan xagga plantska ka sameeysanayaan cuntadooda aan isticmaalayaan process u gaara iyaga hab iyaga u gaara oo la yiraahdo photosynthesis waxa weeyaan habka ay u sameeysanayaan cuntadooda u gaarka waxaana weeyaan sida waxaanay ka sameeysanayaan saddex shay oo muhiim ah oo haddaanay waayaan aanay dib u samaysan karin waxaana weeyaan cadceeda biyaha iyo hawadaanu soo celino ee carbon dioxide-ka sidoo kale waxa marta nolosheena food chain waxa la yiraahdo amba silsilad nololeedka bahalka cuntada waxa weeyaan dooga ayaa samaysanaya cuntadiisa inta cadadka u dhaxdo carbon dioxide helo waterna helo ayaa wuxuu samaysanaya cuntadiisa kadib waxa quudanaya jirqaaga kadib waxa quudanaya raha waxa kadib quudanayo maska kadib waxa quudanaya gorgorka kadibna markuu dhinto uu galo dhulka uu burburo waxa quudanaya waxa dhacaya hab degradation la yiraahdo amba hab la yiraahdo burburin oo burburinayaan small organismska amba noolayaasha yaryar ee ilmo qabatayda sida fungi-ga. Thank you for listening.
Sidan wada arkayna maanta waxaan noo soo sharaxay foodiska iyo qaybaha u kala baxaan ee meesha laga helo hadaba waxaan ugu haboonayn ogaano maxay cuntadan meel qayb kamid ah baan soo qaadano carbohydrateska waxaanu eegaynaa roodidan iyo maxay waxyaabaha soo qaadan sida milixda sida sonkorta inay leeyihiin starch kaasoo kamid ah qayb carbohydrateska starchuna waxa weeyaan qaybta energy-ga ku kaydsado marka waxaanu bilaabi doonaa experimentkeena halkan waxa ku jira biyo halkan waxa roodi yar oo la burburiyay weeyaan si aynu eegno marka roodidu la iskama bilaabi karo waana la yara qooya si ay u gaadho halkan waxa ku jirta maadada la yiraahdo iodine bahalkan aynantu soo qabatay waxa weeyaan drop baa la yiraahdaa sida loogu soo qabsado small amount oo aanu u khasaarin wuxuu wataa inoo soo qaaday ayodiintii furankiiyo biyaan isku dhex darneen ku qoynay bal inuu kalarkiisu isbedeliyo in kale. halkaa waxaad ka arkaysaan inuu kalarkiisu isbedelay, waxaana kuwa cad inay ku jirto starch, wax kale iyadoon lagu darin. wadinka arkaya kalarkiisu wuxuu noqday dark blue. markii horena waxba kumay jirin, kaliya wuxuu ahaa roodhi iyo biyo yaro lagu dhex daray. kalarkiisu markaa waa kasaa isku bedelay. markaa bal waxaynu eegi doonaa inay milixdaasina starch u jiriyo in kale inay isbedesho sida roodhidaasi isku bedeshay. sidaan wada arkayna milixdii wax difference ama yeelan. waka isla sideedii unbay tahay. marka halkan waxaa noogu jira sonkortii, waanu ku tijaabinaa bal inay isaguna starch ku jiriyo in kale. sida milixdaas isku bedeshay sida roodhidaas isku bedeshay bal inay labada say noqoto. waata same bay noqdeen milixdii iyo sonkortii. marka waxa halka inooga cad inaanay waxda ku jirin starchiya. halkan waa baradho kala goynaysa, waxay ku daraysaa isla maadadii bal inay bedeshiyo in kale. baradhadii step by step bay usoo madoobaanaysaa, kalarkeedii isku bedelayaa. taana waxaa kaaga cad inay maxayday labadan uu ku jiro laakiin milixda iyo sonkorta uu ka maqan yahay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you so much. So it was a fantastic it was a good the way that you are presenting the topic. So I have some questions. So the first question, you presented the food, and also it is there is a biology and it's a chemistry. So give an explanation how they are relate in each other by making the food.
How biology and chemistry relate when the plants making their own food. It's process called by photosynthesis. Photosynthesis uses essential ways that without it can't make food. So when the process continues, it makes chemical equation. So the chemical equation is carbon dioxide added into water, and it's equals to glucose plus oxygen. Okay, when we relate in chemistry, when we break down carbon dioxide, it becomes carbon and oxygen, which we can get in the periodic table. Also, water we can break down, we can get water, hydrogen and oxygen, which can get in periodic table, and periodic table is studied in chemistry.
Thank you so much. So my last question, it will be, so you were presenting some practical biology in foods. So so repeat. So what's the type of food that you are testing? The type of food that you are testing, and how can you test, and what reagent do you use it?
When we were testing potatoes,
Yes.
and the type of reaction that we are using was iodine, but it's not the same as like the other ones of the doctor. It is just the one for testing, and that's what we will present in our result. It becomes just changing colors, and that's
What color was changing? Color of food or color of iodine?
The color of iodine.
The color of iodine changes
Yes.
when you add what?
When I add the iodine.
When you add carbohydrate containing starch,
Yes.
the color changes into what?
Into black
Into black or blue black?
or dark blue.
Yes, dark blue.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum. I really appreciate how you presented your presentation well. I was very keen to understand how plants make their own food. I was also keen to learn something from your presentation about the vitamins and how they help in increasing the, I don't know. So I would like one of you to explain to us the importance of taking the food. You have just told us about food. So in brief, what are the importance of food? like 5 importance of food.
So you know, the food we get from energy, and also we used to survive. There is a protective, because if you didn't food so you didn't eat the food, every disease will attack you. The last one is for growing, because without food you will stay, and your weight will not change, and also your height will not change, and you will be sick all the time.
Thank you. Those were good points. So I think food is very important. We'll have to take your presentation as a serious thing. We'll eat so that we protect ourselves. Thank you.
Ultraviolet radiation. Sun reaches the ground by a process called ultraviolet radiation. So what's radiation? It's the process by which energy is emitted either as particles or waves. Through radiation, light energy is able to reach the leaves, which contains chlorophyll. Advantage of ultraviolet radiations. It's used in nuclear formation, it's used for communication, and it's used for stimulating vitamin D production and curing cancer. Disadvantage of ultraviolet radiation. It causes cancer, it kills cells frequently, it damages the DNA, and it damages the eyes.
And now, in conclusion, through the above explanation, we are able to use the knowledge of physics under the topic of energy, electromagnetic wave, and electromagnetic spectrum. In addition of that, this is the electric energy is converted to light energy. This is what we call law of conservation of energy. We can replace the sunlight when using photosynthesis formation by bulbs, and as we know that bulbs use electricity. So in electricity, voltage is used, and we calculate the voltage by current times resistance. In that, we can see that when we are multiplying, mathematics will be related to this formation, to this formula. Thanks for listening. And then, if you have any question, I'd like to welcome if there is.
Thank you for sharing with us your knowledge, Amin and Safa. I have a couple of questions to ask you. This will start by giving you some little bit of information. The last group that was here was explaining about how light is very important in photosynthesis, process of making food. Are you trying to tell us that physics is related to biology? Because you have also talked about energy. Is it?
Yes.
How?
Because when the leaves are when the plant is making its food, the process by which it used like sunlight, it needs sunlight. So the process by which the sunlight reaches to the ground, it's called radiation, and by that, physics is related to biology.
So radiation is studied in physics, eh?
Yes.
So what is the importance of your presentation?
The main importance of our presentation is light and how it is important to the whole life.
Apart from sunlight, which other source can we get light?
From the bulbs in electricity.
Briefly explain to us how the bulbs get light.
In greenhouse, when we are in greenhouse, the plants make their own food by day and night. By that time they are using electricity, and that electricity is such as form of light. It's showing the light. So in that, the electricity, the photosynthesis is taking place at night.
Why would people use greenhouse?
Because they want their market to be sold.
Thank you. No further question.
بسم الله الحمد لله اسمي آمنة علم محمد صف الثاني الثانوي من مدرسة هالدور الابتدائي والثانوي. اليوم أتحدث عن موضوع القات وأضراره. القات هو نبات ذو زرع والأشجار صغيرة دائمة خضراء. يزرع القات بكثرة اليمن الشمالي والجنوبي وكينيا وإثيوبيا، وتزرع شتيرات القات متباعدة عن بعضها. وهي صورة القات. الأضرار الصحة التي يسبب القات يسبب سرطان الفم والمعدة واللثة يرفع نسبة السكر في الدم. أنا القات السبب الرئيسي لأمراض البول. يؤذي القات الأسرة، يسبب التفكك ويسبب البغضاء بين العائلة. القات يقطع حبل المودة في الأسرة. كيف يضر القات تنشيط الجسم؟ القات يضر تنشيط الجسم بشكل كبير، ومنها يسبب التوتر الشديد، قلة شهية الطعام، السهو وقلة النوم، زيادة ضربات القلب، ويسبب الجنون. رجل تعاطى القات. الرجل قال لحبيبة قلبه: غسلت القات وهي قالت: غسلته وقطعته وملحته وعملته 10 دقائق بس القضاء حاضر جاهز. كيف يؤذي القات حياة الإنسان؟ عادي يأكل الطعام، يأكل القات، يدخل في عالم التخيل، يبدأ بقصر حياته اليومية، يجلب له أمراض الكثيرة والكسل. شكرا لكم لاستماعكم.
بسم الله. هذه أدب ما سنتين سيدة في عن نولو دارتين وربحنتنا. سؤال شامل كويدينيا وحويا مركه هراء وربحين سيارة كوبان بل waxaad uga hadashaa qaadka iyo dhibaatooyinkiisa sida uu yacni dhibaatada uu bulshada ku hayo si kooban adiga soo koobaya.
maxay dhibaatada uu ku hayo bulshada waxa weeyaan imko kale mujtamacii hadii imko kale laga yaabo iyagoo wada tashanaya hadii imko kale yani qof imko kale qaadka ay dadku yaqaanaan si loo cuno waqtigii ay mujtamaca ay ku sameeyeen lahaayeen ay ka tashan lahaayeen ay waxay ku luminayaan waqtigii ay qaad ku cunayeen waqtigiina kaas kaga luminaya xayaatul yawmiyana halkaas ku burburaysa.
maxay kale u keenaan dhibaatooyin kale u keenaan
inuu qofku ma hadda nolol maalmeedkiisa ka dhaco uu mustaqbalkiisa soo socdaana uu ka xumaado.
okay way aad ba maasan tahay. su'aasha labaad ku weydiina waxa weeyaan maadaama runtii pointkan amba qaadku uu wadankeena saameyn ba'an uu ku hayo maxaad bulshada amba waxa weeyaan ku daawanaysaa aad u soo jeedinaysaa tala ahaan?
inuu qaadku macaan burburinayo noloshooda maxay imka haddii wadankeena laga daayo qaadka qalalaasay kiciyaan. doorkii ugu dambeysay laga daayay waa tii loo dooday qaadka in wadanka dib loogu soo celiyo. marka waxaa ka muuqata in dadkii qaadkii la qabsadeen oo aan laga maarmayn, laakiin haddii qofku si uu iska daadaayo uu maalin walba yareeyo intuu cuni jiray uu iska dayn karaa qaadka, markaa kadibna wuxuu bilaaban karaa mustaqbalkiisa.
hirarka noloshiyo tacliinta